2018 has been a stretch of mediocre games, but I think we finally have a contender for something that has awoken the gaming spirit once more.
Oh, no, not a contender. This is definitely a winner right now. Like,
Ooh,
Nino Kuni 2 is phenomenal. It is amazing. And if you're coming off of Nino Kuni 1, it's going to be very, very different, but it doesn't make it a bad game by any means. It's just a different game. And
really?
Nino Kuni 2 is incredible. Like, it has elements of like strategy games, it has elements of RPG, of action adventure. The story is phenomenal. Like everything about like I'm 10 hours into this game and I still just want to go back and keep playing. Like I'm bothered that I won't be able to play for a day or two right now. Like that's how into this I am right now. It's reawoken my Persona spirit.
That's what games need to do. Like they need to make you want to come back and keep playing them.
Yeah.
Or they failed, I guess. I mean, if the game's short, then sure, but
Oh no, they definitely failed if they can't keep my attention.
yeah.
Because that's all it's about. It's keeping your attention. And Nino Kuni does it in a beautiful way. The character design, like, and I know a lot of people are really hurt by Studio Ghibli not being involved this time around. But
I thought that was the whole point.
it was the point with the first one. It was a very like ambitious project with the first one to prove and to just make Studio Ghibli quality game, and they did that. They did a fantastic job. Nino Kuni 2 follows in the same spirit. It has a lot of things that are different and made a lot of changes that people who really loved the first one for the Studio Ghibli involvement won't appreciate, but it does not make it like if they took the Nino Kuni, this is one of those games where if Nino Kuni was not the brand for it, it would still be an incredibly amazing brand new IP.
What sort of changes did they make?
A lot of changes around the battle system. So previously the battle system was turn-based, a la old school like Chrono Trigger, stuff like that. This one is more action-based, so it's a lot more freeform. Has very hack and slashy elements.
Like
built in with
from the
RPG?
sliding scale between classic Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 15, where does this fall?
I actually haven't played 15 yet, but I can reference you with 13 and say better because it doesn't have what it doesn't have. It plays a lot like what did I review recently for Switch? Xenoblade plays a lot like Xenoblade, except it doesn't have that cooldown meter when you're doing your attacks. So like if I press square, he attacks immediately. If I press triangle, he attacks immediately. It's not a like wait for it to happen thing or make sure you have enough energy to do it. Like the energy is all impacting your magic skills. So you have a separate energy meter for magic, and then you have your regular attacks that you can do physical damage with. Then you have a bunch of other stuff. And it also has like a Pikmin concept to it too, where the first one was very much like Pokemon. You were running around capturing familiars and they were helping you through battles.
All right.
This one is very much like Pikmin. You go around collecting Higgledies, I think that's how you pronounce them, Higgledies, and they support you in the same way, but they're literally like a group of autonomous characters that give you an opportunity every now and then to unleash a special, but they're attacking while they do it. While the first one, it was you selected your character to attack with and chose the attack that they did.
From Pokemon to Pikmin.
Yeah, it's
a
crazy.
Nino Kuni tale.
It's crazy, but the thing that's captivated me so far with this game though is the story. It's an amazing. I don't know, like it's an amazing story in my opinion. It's just there's a lot of mystery still to it. It's 10 hours in. There's a lot of questions. So I wouldn't quote me on this being the greatest story of all time yet, but it's definitely a good story. It picks up really quick. Like the game is literally like, boom, time to play right out as soon as you start, and you're just like, whoa, that happened way too fast. But it's interesting, and it has this thing where it has like dual protagonists, and I'm still waiting to see how this plays out.
Have you played as both so far?
Yes, you can play as either one or both or however you want. Like
Do
they're
you
both
swap?
in the party. Yeah.
Okay.
They're both within your party at all times. Like it has one main protagonist, which is the yellow-haired kid Evan, and then to his left or right in most of the posters is Roland, which is in like this blue like military garb. And those are the two like protagonists of sorts where the whole story is wondering, like piecing together both of these characters' different stories.
Sounds like, well, I don't know, I might actually handle that as far as JRPGs go. Like, how into the classic JRPGs is it versus
Oh no,
the
this
uniqueness?
is a super lightweight RPG. Like it is a very easy. Like I have not had any difficulty yet.
And
like-
even like you're like 10 hours deep, right?
Yeah, there's been no difficulty. I've like it's a super easy game, and it's old school RPG in the sense where if you want a challenge, you know where to find it, right? So like there are certain tainted beasts, for example, where tainted beasts are like 4 times stronger than they're supposed to be, right? And like that's a challenge. If you want a challenge, go get
It's as
that.
challenging as you want it to be.
If you don't want a challenge, you can avoid challenges entirely outside of like leveling up and grinding just enough to continue moving forward.
So this is one you can enjoy for the story then.
Yeah, you can really just play this for the story and have a fucking hell of a time. We're gonna have to pigeon sound that.
Nino Kuni to a fucking hell of a time.
Hell of a good time. And it just does so much and so well. So well.
It sounds like early on you're enjoying it. Are you feeling a rating yet, or do you really want to get to know more of it? Because this is like an impression.
I want to get more. I want to get to know it more, but I don't think that there's anything that can happen that's gonna deter the score that I'm thinking. Like I'm thinking it's gonna fall somewhere between 7 and 9. Like so, like either a definite 8 or like it might fall on either side of that spectrum based on some audio concerns that I have. The intricacy of the different battle systems for gameplay, because there's like 4 different games happening at the same time. So you have like a Sims city builder style where you're building a kingdom.
All right.
Like and it works like Sims, or like the Clash of Clans is the one with like the crazy dope commercials, but it's really not that deep of a game. Like it's very, very town buildy. That's one component, right? Then you have your Pikmin component, which is like your battle component where you command armies and you take them to do battle with each other, with other armies, right? Then you have your standard gameplay, which is you playing as an RPG, and then you have your RPG battle system, which is like the RPG battling and stuff.
So many layers.
So many layers. And
Can
then
you play
have,
this game without playing the other?
you can get through without, so you can't get through without experiencing all the different play styles, all the different like games you can play. But all the different like gameplay methods kind of get treated like mini games, where if you don't do them, you can still play the game, but if you do them, the game benefits significantly.
That's unique.
It's crazy. So like you can acquire citizens for your kingdom, and acquiring more citizens opens up more shops, and those shops bring exclusive items or exclusive like crafting materials, and that's the other element. You have crafting elements. So like,
oh no, my mortal enemy.
I know I hate crafting. I hate crafting. I haven't even started doing it yet. I hate it. But so if you level up your town and get more citizens, those citizens will bring more materials, more value to your city. Now when you go out, it becomes easier to convince other people to join your kingdom, and like you get different supports and allies and all this other stuff that's happening while this really great story is being told.
I like having that ability to have that much faith restored in, gaming, because like it's been a while since I really played.
For me, it definitely has, dude. Like the last couple games that I've reviewed, we had Xenoblade, which wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't my type of game, so I didn't enjoy it, and that led to it having a half decent score. But I would still recommend it to people, right? Then I had Dissidia. Wouldn't recommend that to anybody. In fact, I was in a store the other day and I told someone not to buy it.
Were they mad?
No, they understood. They were like, dude, I appreciate that. Like literally don't buy this game. Dynasty Warriors 9 was a bust, and I was super excited about that, so it hurt more because of how excited I was. And then haven't touched what was it? Shadow of the Colossus. We're still waiting to see who's gonna do that one. But I've got God of War and Yakuza 6 coming up. So those I know I'm excited for, and I'm really doubting they're going to pull a Dynasty Warriors on me. But to have Ni no Kuni fall in between and feel so confident and great with it is amazing.
Sounds like a good time so far.
Yes.
Well, let me know if it changes and gets terrible somehow, but it sounds like this one's a winner.
This one's a winner in my book. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Man, we gotta play a PUBG eventually.
I know. I started looking at Fortnite on like mobile, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
Nothing's drawn me in. That's why I still haven't.
Yeah.
Not like these games have. And I will be talking about my my experience with a different game that's more my mainstay on this channel here, Hard Mode Gamers. If you want to find out more about games, get the inside scoop. Not only the inside scoop, we're gamers. We're not journalists. We're here to tell you about the games as gamers.
Yep.
And that's why we want you to listen to us instead.
Of the other guys. No, listen to the other guys too. The other guys are great. I listen to the other guys. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit those buttons, become a fan, support us. Let's have some fun and stay in touch.
Stay in touch.
Yeah.